welcome to the Attack on Toad Hall, probably. We are, it's a Honey Heist hack. It's going to be great. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, including Anjuli, who's going to run this wonderful hack for us, please check out the opening messages that the bot is currently spamming at you, including all of our social links, places you can find us, contact us, support us, and look for our sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, whom we're very grateful to for they make this all possible. We also have a whole bunch of websites where you can get 10 to 15% discount on all of your TTRPG goods, including dice trays and bags from Arasavad right above me, and also maps and cartography from Devon Rue. The only thing we don't have is miniatures, and we should really change that. We should really sort that out so we can get you like 10 to 15% discount on everything. Yeah, Anjuli, we should do something. We should set up a code. We should do something.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do something. Yeah, well, let's just, that segues nicely. Meet my friend who does miniatures, Anjuli.
Oh, hello there. Hello. Welcome to our story time. Yay! I hope you bought your cocoa and your blankets and you're ready for some good stories set in idyllic English countryside, probably somewhere in your imagination. Hi.
Aww.
Well. Yay!
Je suis le hype. Is that French? No. Let's go clockwise around the screen and go next to Prairie Flocks. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. My name's Becky, and mostly I do board gaming. I play War Machine and Monster Apocalypse, so I do a little bit of minis, but I don't do any commission painting because I can't even keep up with my terrible Kickstarter habit. So that's me.
Honestly valid, honestly. Next around the screen, we have the wonderful Radiana R. Oh, hi, Renee.
Hi, I'm Renee. I have never played this before, and I'm so excited because I've needed to play it for like the entire time I've been gaming, and maybe longer, maybe my entire life. I am the DM for Fate and the Fable Maidens podcast, which is a family-friendly actual play podcast with an all-women cast, and I also have another podcast project in pre-production right now called Edenfall, and that is actually based off of a Scratticus Academy campaign. So I'm super excited about that, and you can find those at Fate FM Cast on Twitter and at Edenfall Cast on Twitter. And I stream pretty regularly, so I'm here every Wednesday night, and I love being here on Academy days, so I'm so glad that I am. Let's play!
Thank you. And Renee also writes for our Patreon articles as well, but she always forgets to mention that one. Hashtag called out. Love you. Next around...
Every time. I need to add it into my script so I see it.
Yeah, you need a post-it note, you know? Like, you've got enough things now that it warrants a post-it note of things to go through. Next around the screen, we welcome back the wonderful Grapholian. Oh, hi!
Hello. It's me. My list will be shorter because most of my gaming it's not on the internet. I play in person, actually, which is weird for me nowadays. I actually am playing D&D in person with actual people, which is strange. If you're going to find me playing D&D online, it will be on this channel. This is my favorite place to come, spend time, hang out with lovely folks. And also my first time playing Honey Heist as well. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Pretty much the only other thing that might be worth mentioning, and also linked to the Patreon, I believe, because on Monday evenings, I do play Stardew Valley with... a human houseplant, Nina Larson, who also has a spot, I believe, on your Patreon now. So,
yes, they do.
Worth checking out her posts. They're very, very good.
I'm figuring out how to spell human houseplant. I think that's her handle. There we go. And so, hi, I'm me. You know me. We'll skip me and go straight next. Last but most certainly not least, to Arasavad. Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Eris Savad. I'm a hula hooping RPG playing seamstress who makes a bunch of stuff. There's a lot. You can find me on Tuesdays on Encounter Roleplay, playing a open legend RPG set in Greyhawk, which is so much fun. Actually, you know what? Coming up next weekend, you'll be able to find me with a bunch of pre-made items for sale at Gex Convention in Dulles, Virginia. So I'll be there. That'll be fun. But yeah, I also have not played this before, and I have been waiting and hoping and begging people to invite me to games, and I am finally in one. Yes!
I am so
Never.
glad and so happy for all the people that are new to Honey Heist. This is going to be great. Well, Anjuli, with that, I think we can hand over to you, our storyteller, to take us on a magical journey.
Okay. Gosh, I'm nervous. I've got so much pressure on me now to.
No,
Stop.
you're wonderful.
So, are we sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. Our story starts as the sun sets on a warm autumn night. Many pairs of eyes look out in the darkening wildwood towards flashing red and blue lights. These lights make a silhouette of someone quite literally being frog marched from a giant mansion into a waiting police car. It looks like the eccentric millionaire, Mr. Toad, has been arrested. Toad Hall now seems empty and seemingly ripe for the taking. Now's your chance, Wildwood Gang. And the camera pans down to those eyes staring through the hedges. And as it follows the eyes back to their campsite, we see 5 individuals who are now going to roll their stats so we can all get to know them together. Okay, so stat rolling for the honey, not the honey heist, but this honey heist is it's relatively easy. You're just going to be rolling d6s. So we'll do your descriptors first. Your descriptors will describe how you act throughout the game. I don't know which way round we want to do this. Who wants to put up their hand and go first, seeing as this is story time? Hands up, no calling out. Excellent. Off you go then, 1d6 for me.
1.
1. You are chaotic.
That's accurate.
Yes. I hope you all roll ones. Just that'll be okay, next.
I'm ready.
Go.
3.
3. Perfect. You are dreaming. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
wonderful.
And next up.
Pick me.
Okay, you can go. Overexcited person.
2.
2. You are wild, adventurous, taking of risks.
Of course I am.
Also accurate.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5.
5. You are the newbie of the group. You're a little naive, a little young, but you're eager.
And last but not least, I'm a 6.
6. You are unenthusiastic.
It's all right, I guess. Like, I'm here. So
Okay. So next up, we'll go around in the same order then. We're gonna now pick your type, so the type of animal you will be in this game and what your skill will be. So another d6 for me then, please.
I got a 6.
A 6. You are a ferret. Your skill is the ability to climb really, really well.
Awesome. Totally works.
Excellent. And Renee, next.
I got a 3, and I had really talked myself into whatever number I got was going to be completely okay with me, but I'm really glad I got a 3.
You are the otter.
Oh.
And like carnage. So you are dreaming.
This ought to be good. Oh, me. A 4.
A 4. You are the stoat, and you run fast.
I got a 1.
A 1. You are the weasel. You are the logical one.
Do that.
And finally,
I was a 2.
a 2. You are a mink. You enjoy confined spaces.
There's less to worry about. It's just far easier. It's comfortable.
And finally, what are your roles within the group?
I got a 2.
A 2. You are the brains of the group. Our chaotic brains. Excellent.
This is beautiful.
She's just very
Okay.
convincing.
I also got a 2. Should I re-roll to get different? Or, okay. 1.
Oh, 1. You are our thief.
Cool.
Next.
I need to re-roll, right? We don't want any duplicates.
Nah. There'll
4.
be too much argument. 4. You are the face. You are the.
I'm ready.
Born for this.
Did we roll a 6 already? I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm bad with numbers.
No.
Yay, 6.
Then you are escapist, the escape artist, the one that helps with the getaways.
Ooh.
And finally.
And I love that no one else rolled this because I've basically rolled an IT guy. I got 5.
Yeah. You have to help with all technical things that may come up.
Excellent. Oh, something else to deal with? Come on. I've shown you guys this before.
Have you tried turning it off and on? Okay, so now all we need are your names, please. So I believe Scrat is going to update this as we go.
On the
But-
fly. Yeah, I've already done me. I'm Pinter. Pinter Stoat.
Ooh. I'm gonna call myself Barrett.
Ferret.
Barrett.
No,
Excellent.
Barrett
Oh, Barrett.
with a B.
Ferret the ferret.
Barrett the ferret.
Should we go pronouns as well? Yeah, let's do pronouns as well. Pinter will be they, them.
Barrett will be she, her.
Lovely.
I'll be Thilla, Thy, and I'll be a she.
I'm gonna be Cowlick, and I'll be he, him.
I will be Ponty P, and I am they, them.
Okay. So now we have our characters for the story. You are sitting around your campfire. You've just seen Mr. Toad be arrested. He has become a little bit addicted to fast cars as of late and has become a bit of a danger to everyone. You believe, probably stolen a car because he was getting to that stage in the addiction where he just needed a quick, fast fix. And has definitely been caught, which is great because you've been trying to get into Toad Manor for a very, very long time. It's a rather large, grand house, and if you could have that as your hideout rather than these stinky woods, then that would be much better. So the first thing you've got to do is work out how you're going to get in and how you're going to claim this hall for yourself.
Can I scout the perimeter?
Just shocked me. There's like, oh!
Everybody melts a little.
Well, Ponty P, if you want to scout the outside, I reckon you can scout the outside. I don't think anyone will stop you there.
I'm definitely not gonna stop you, so
Oh, well, yeah. Scouting is a really good idea. I really think so, yeah. We might want to go through the back. The back's probably the best because, everybody's looking at the front, though.
Okay. So would you like to sneak out and try and have a look around the perimeter?
I absolutely would.
Excellent.
I scamper away to scout the perimeter.
Excellent. So you are trying to be a criminal in this, so you need to roll criminal. So you have your 3 stats. So you need to roll 3 or under. So you should
Okay.
keep track of your stats as well. So if you write them down on a piece of paper, and then you just need to cross them as you go, so you know what you're rolling against.
Oh, I did not. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you failed your criminal test, which means that you now have to move one of your points from criminal into your weasel stat.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have 4 in weasel and 2 in criminal. So you sneak your way out through the hedges, making your way towards the hall itself. And as you poke your head out, you see Badger. Badger is Toad's best friend, and you know him to be a very self-righteous and pompous older gentleman. And he seems to be watching the police cars leave. He doesn't see you, but he is standing right exactly where you came out the hedges, making it impossible for you to just sneak out and take a scoot around. You're going to have to either wait for him to leave or go back to the rest of the group and let them know.
I watch him to see if he says anything for a moment.
You hear him muttering to himself, sort of saying like, "Oh, that Toady, he's really done it this time. Oh, I better go get Molly, and I better go find Ratty." And he stomps off back over the. You see him walking out past like the front of the mansion and out to the other side of the woods where he Molly and Ratty live. So he has left now.
Okay, I'll scamper back to my companions and fill them in.
Okay.
Excellent. One less thing for that we need to do now, I suppose. We can just walk in the back, I guess.
Oh, and I did also give you all a map, which is something that you would have had. It's your hand-drawn map that you have made up over the years of wanting this mansion. So you do have a small, badly drawn map.
Well, see, it's a good thing that he's gone, but at the same time, this means that we've got a limited time frame to get in and out and do all the things we need to do. We need to find...
I can get in through a crack.
Good job, fella. Let's go.
Yeah, cracks are good. Cracks are really good.
So small and comfortable. It's, yes, incredible.
I like your optimism.
So are you all going up towards the Toad Hall, or are you just a couple of you going up? What's the,
We should at least have someone inside first, and then make sure the coast is clear inside. Because
Not it.
he has a lot of friends.
I'll go.
I'll come with you and keep watch.
Okay, so Pinter, if you can make me a criminal as you're keeping watch, and is it Thea?
Villa?
Thilla. I need to just forget how I say it. Thilla, you need to make a weasel roll for me to sort of be looking for spaces to burrow in.
You got a 3?
So you're okay with the 3, and
as Pinter leaves the hedge, they are wearing a full-length beige trench coat. They've got slicked back hair, and their whiskers form a mustache. And I rolled a 6, which I think is an epic fail.
It's not great, but it's not. There's no critical fails or critical successes here. So you do fail though. So you will need to move one from criminal into weasel. As you're looking back, you realise like the wind sort of catches you and your moustache whiskers go in your eyes, and you realise actually I can't really see much at all out here. I'm actually not the best at looking in the dark, especially with the bright lights. I was probably the wrong person to come along to here. But Philly, you starts walking your way towards the mansion. You don't find so many. You don't find like a crawl space because in front of you is a rather large moat, which is brand new. And it's probably the reason why you forgot that it existed. But it goes around the entire part of the mansion. The only way across is a walkway, sort of a bridge, up by the front of the house. But it's not a fast-moving moat. You can definitely swim through it, but it might just take you a little while before you get over to the other side of the mansion.
I will go and take the walkway.
Okay.
But excitedly.
Okay. Excitedly. Whee! And Pinter, you do not see this at all because you are looking the wrong way as Filler scurries off towards the bridge over the moat. As you cross the moat, you hear some talking just before you sort of step off the bridge over the moat proper. You hear some like muffled noises and some footsteps on gravel. And as you look, you can't see anything, but you can definitely hear someone talking.
I will just kind of like inch along the corner of the walkway where like the wall would meet the pavement.
Okay. So what you think is that there may be possibly guards walking around this area, and you your suspicions are shown as to be correct, because in less than a minute, as you are hiding away, they do come past you, and I need you to try and be sneaky and try and hide from them in the shadows somewhere. Be a weaselly one because you're trying to use your
6.
Oh no! So as you try and like scamper away into one of the shadows, one of the guards turns around and it's got a flashlight and it flashes straight in onto you. He's like, "Ratty, is that you?" And he sort of shines the light and starts coming towards you. What do you do?
I don't think I can pass for a rat. Not to somebody that knows. I will scamper through the middle of his legs.
Okay, cool. So I need you to make another animal as you're trying to scamper through his legs.
2?
2, yeah. That's under you're 4 now, aren't you? For your animal? Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So yes, you manage to scamper through his legs, and you're sort of now in an alcove near the front door to the building.
Okay. Hide. See what everyone else does.
What's everyone else doing? So, Pinter and Filler have left the campsite, and they've been gone for a good 5-10 minutes now. No one's come back.
What do you think they're doing? Do you think they didn't get caught, did they? They would have said something if they got caught. No.
I don't know. They do. They get caught quite often. Maybe it means it's going really well. Maybe it's all fine. We're fine here, right?
Yeah, no. Let's go. We gotta go. Let's see if we can sneak around. Ooh. I see there's a moat now. We should swim through the moat.
Oh, that sounds dreadful. Do we have to?
Hey, who's the brains here? There's a reason why I was elected the brains, because I'm really, really smart, didn't you know? Yeah, we should definitely go through the moat.
There's an election?
I can swim.
What?
I can swim.
See? Yeah, that's utterly great.
Slow, audible facepalm from Cowlick. Let's go for a swim then.
Yeah, we got this.
So as you come out of the hedges, you actually walk past Pinter, who is looking in the completely wrong direction. Hey. You've been distracted by some other creature in the woods, maybe a bat.
I go up to him and I say,
Hey, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a lookout.
I'm looking out, see? I think I've seen something flying around.
Yeah, well, where's Stella? They don't fly. You're supposed to be looking at them.
Well, I thought I'd look for potential threats for a moment. And it seems I've lost track of Filler.
Well, maybe we should, here, come on. We're gonna swim across the river.
Hang on
We're
a minute.
just adding more work.
I'll get my bathing suit. I'm gonna wander back into the hedge.
So Pinter walks back into the hedge looking for his bathing suit, which I hope is an old Victorian knitted one.
Yes, red and white stripes, of course.
As
Who
you're
needs a bathing suit?
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Toad has plenty. We can get more when we get inside. Come on, let's go.
And as you approach the moat, you can see what you see is the guards sort of shining their torch over the bridge. That's a little ways away from you. And then you see something small, black, fly through the other guard's legs, which you can only hope is filler. But you jump into the water.
Straight in.
Excellent. I need you to all make your weasel checks, please.
Maybe I should go and distract the guard instead, see?
Oof, I failed.
I think Cowlick
failed
will just go and
too.
stand by the side of the river, just turn his back, arms up, and just like fall into the water. Just not very subtle because that's a 6.
Okay, we got 3 fails then. Perfect.
I suddenly remembered I can't swim.
Yeah, you all jump in. This moat is freezing and dirty and really gross, and it's actually moving a little bit faster than it looked like it was. You don't know how it's moving around because it's just a moat, but it's got definitely got current to it. It's like a lazy river, and you get swept round, and you go round the mansion a good few times. You get a nice view of all of the different rooms, everything, but you just keep going round and round and round. Pinter, you have witnessed this because you did not jump in the end.
I did not. I had a premonition, see?
Are you going to help them in any way because they can't swim?
No. This is their own fault. I've got a wild idea. I'm gonna go walk up to the guardsman and engage in conversation.
Okay.
Beautiful evening.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
I'm with the traveling circus. We're in town for a few days.
I did not know the circus was in town.
Well, they're just setting up, but I'm not much good at setting up, see? So I thought I'd come around and say hello to some of the locals. Do you live here?
No, I work here. My name is Jake. This is Leonard.
Jake, Leonard, pleasure to meet you. My name is, Faye.
Faye.
Mm-hmm.
That's an unusual name.
Well, yeah, it's a contortionist's name, see? It's kind of a pun or play on words. My last name's Kerr.
Okay. He does not get this.
Probably for the best.
I've not heard that name. Are you from the Willows?
From the very edge. We've, the circus has only just branched in this time for the first time, maybe in a while. Hopefully we can get some new entertainment in this district. Saying that, I'm glad you're so alert because I've seen some real suspicious types down the hill where we were trying to set up.
Really? What did they look like?
They looked like
a gang.
They looked like a despicable gang of weasels.
Oh. Well, you sort of look like a weasel, no offense.
Oh, no, I'm not a weasel.
You don't seem mean and horrible like that gang, so
no,
maybe...
I'm not mean and horrible, I'm a stoat.
And that's not a weasel, I know that. So
That's not a weasel.
So the weasels, the Wild Woods gang, are down the hill.
Down the hill, yeah. They were lurking around our caravans and tents and setup, see?
It's very suspicious, what with Mr. Toad having to go so suddenly. I need you to roll me a criminal.
What? A 2. Meets beats?
So equal under, so yeah.
Yeah!
Yay, okay. The guard sort of goes, Leonard, I'm gonna go check it out. You just keep an eye on the keep an eye on the front door. I'll be back in a jiffy.
I'll help Leonard for you.
Excellent, thank you very much. Mr. And he runs sort of over the bridge and down the hill towards where you know Badger, Ratty, and Mole reside. He's gone that way. So you have got rid of one of the guards. Well done. Your friends are still flying around the moat. And Phila is, you can see, she is hidden in one of the alcoves near the front door. You can just about see her silhouette. But Leonard does not look like he has seen her yet. And he carries on with his march. He's like, well, Mr. Kerr, I am just making my way past the garage now. That's my next stop. I normally stop there for a few minutes, just take a break. It's a nice area. You can join me if you like.
What, and leave the door unguarded? No, that would be most irresponsible of us. For example, I'm sure I hear something in the river.
Well, you're right.
Well.
And then he's going to walk over to the river and he's going to, like, peer down into the moat.
As he leans over, I'd like to plant my foot on his rump and push him in.
Yes, please. Yes. So roll me an animal.
So when I succeed a roll, does one go from weasel to criminal?
No, so it's only for failures.
Only for failures. Got it.
Yeah.
It's a fail.
Oh no! So you go to push him, and actually you sort of form an embrace. And he sort of, as you go to push him, he sort of falls, and you have a sort of a slight change of heart, and you just sort of grab him in a slightly awkward way.
On the waist, just pull him. Oh.
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 Mr. Kerr, we've just met.
I thought you were gonna fall in, see, and then I it's very awkward, but I was trying to save you. It looked like you were gonna fall.
I was pretty sure that my feet were firmly placed on the ground there, but it does appear that there is someone in the lake and they might be drowning. So I feel it's my duty. I'm going to have to jump in and save them. And he sort of takes off some of his gear, like, puts down his like bag, and he puts down like his pistol, and he takes off his hat, and then he jumps in the moat and starts swimming towards the three of you who are going around the moat.
And welcome, Raiders! Oh, hi! Welcome, variant roles, and all of the wonderful Raiders. Thank you for joining us. We're playing Honey Heist Hack in the Wind and the Willows thing. I'm loving some of these usernames in chat. First time I've seen some of these. Samwise Game G is a stroke of genius. Sorry, I will hand back as the.
I love Sam. She's so cool. Sorry.
Perfect.
So the guard
do
jumped into the
we
river.
see the guard now in the river too?
Yes, so he is still a ways behind you. He seems to be like trying to swim to catch up with you. Very worried about your safety.
Help, I'm an otter who cannot swim.
Wow. He starts swimming towards you because you're screaming out to him. I would like you to roll just your weasel stat to try and stay above water.
I did not do it. I did not.
Oh no. So you, as you're calling out, help, I'm an otter who cannot swim, you sort of go straight under. And he's going to dive under the water and try and get you out of there.
While he's diving, can I steal and like look for any keys that he had and what he took off, and maybe hide the gun so he can't shoot us with it? I don't think I'm capable of walking around with the gun, unless I am. Am I? Can I just have the gun? Okay, I will keep the gun.
Yeah, take it, fella, take it. Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. But I observe proper gun care.
Anyway,
My hand off the trigger.
if you take all the stuff, I'll stay here and pretend like nothing came and took it. That way we'll confuse him, see?
Perfect.
Okay, so you do get in his bag of loot there are some peanut butter sandwiches, midnight snack, and a glass of water because it's important to stay hydrated in these long shifts outside with lots of walking. Find some chewing gum, and you do find a ring of keys.
Right, I will take the keys and go try them on the door, and I will also carry the gun with me.
Excellent. So the two of you, who Cowlick and Barrett, what are you doing as you are swimming around this moat? You have seen the guard jump in and dive down to try and grab hold of Ponzi.
Can I try to scramble out myself?
You can. Make for me a you're a ferret as well, aren't you? So you get to roll 2d6 to try and climb yourself out. And
Ooh,
you
yes.
better roll.
3. But unfortunately, I only have 2 in Weasel right now.
Oh. So
I just can't get out. I'm just scrambling up the side, and I just can't get any perks in my claws.
Okay, so you are just like, I know, the walls are wet and muddy and they're a little bit gross, and you sort of climb up a little bit and then you slip back down, and you're getting dangerously close to losing your animalness and becoming a full-blown criminal, I believe, now. It's very frustrating for you.
Do any bugs kind of come out as I'm scrambling and pulling on the turf?
I'll say as you're pulling the turf, a couple of earthworms fall out and you just like spaghetti swoop and you can move 1 point back down now.
I was getting really close.
And Cowlick, how are you doing? What are you doing?
I think every time I go around, I've just been noticing some roots or something, and I'll just really kind of overly dramatically, lazily, he'll just be like, oh. It's like it's all far too much effort for him, but he'll try reach out, see if he can grab hold of some roots.
Perfect. Roll for me some animal then as you try to grab hold.
Oh, that's a 5.
You
No, a 1.
And the roots fall out, and now you are clinging to a big root. You'll go around the boat. You have a root.
Why am I surprised? It's just...
It's so very Eeyore of you.
This is why I like technology.
Okay, so Ponzi, you are rescued by the guard, who climbs out onto the side and bumps you down. On
My hero.
And he sort of shoves you, like he doesn't really know what to do with you, but he sort of rolls you along the grass onto the gravel bits, and he's like, there you go, and pats you really awkwardly on the face. You're safe. You should stay away from running water. That's not good for you if you can't swim. I am going to go and try and save your friends, and then I need to know what the hell you're doing at Toad Hall. And he runs back and dives back into the moat after the others. He starts swimming towards whoever looks the most in danger, which is not Cowlick because he's got a log. So
I can
Just
do
floating
one
along,
thing.
holding it.
More things. I can do several things. I am a very multi-talented otter, but my best thing is swimming. And I couldn't even swim.
no, sadly not. You need to take more practice during the summertime in the lake. But you can't because there's a gang at the lake called the Lucky Lake Gang, and you don't get on with them.
Oh, those butts.
Exactly, those butts. They're the worst. Even worse than you guys.
And we're pretty bad.
It ruins us.
So Phila, you have the gun and the keys, and you've just seen the guard save Ponzi P and jump back in after the rest of your group. What?
Trying to unlock the door.
Okay.
That's me standing up, very tall, stretching.
I mean, everyone here is an animal, so everything's the right size for animals, but you're a particularly small animal. Yes. So there are 20 different keys on this thing. So you're trying one, trying another. I need you to roll a criminal to see how quickly this takes you.
1, and I've got 2 in criminal, so.
Excellent. Then you succeed. And the door, you pick 1, pick 2, and the third attempt, click, and the door swings open with a loud creak. But luckily the guard isn't there, so he doesn't hear it. Woo.
So I'll kind of whistle at Pinter and Ponty, since I can see them, just, and then I'll scamper in so that he knows that the door's open. So as everybody else comes out, collect them and send them in.
Excellent. Now, Pinter, you see this happen. What would you like to do? You know, 2 of your friends are still in the moat with the guard.
I will shout encouragement to the guard. Well done, that's 1. Only 2 left to go, by the looks of it. You're doing a hero's job, and I'm going to be signaling to Ponty behind my back, like, you know, go.
Ponty looks sort of sadly at the water one last time, and then they scamper against the gravel over to the doorway that Phila just disappeared into.
And they make into the doorway. So we still have 3 people on the outside. What would Cowlick? Would you like to do anything? Because it looks like you're not getting rescued anytime soon.
Yeah, I guess just make any attempt that I can to scrabble my way out.
Yep, you can. Yeah.
Am I seeing any like kind of narrow little like inlets of water, or is it all like perfectly dug out? I think I can like wedge myself in.
Great job. You imagine that it was probably Badger and Molly that did this. They're not known for their great skill at these things. They're getting a bit old now, and tire easily. Some bits are deeper than other bits and wider than other bits, and it's not a beautiful moat by any but you do also notice that your Wildwoods gang member Pinter is standing at the side yelling encouragement to the guard. He'll put a hand out at any point to try and help you, but you do notice him as you're floating on this log.
If I end up going round, I'll just do my best to splash water up, just in disapproval at this whole situation. Just, you could jump in as well, you know.
No, someone's got to watch the door, see?
The door's not going anywhere.
But yeah, if you want to try and attempt to climb back out again, you can.
I'll do my best. That would be a 4, which means I'm now a 0 and a 6.
Oh no!
My criminal has hit 6.
So you've gone full criminal
Mm-hmm.
already. So you stop being unenthusiastic at this point because this is just getting silly, and you just wanted to get to the hall, and so you sort of push off on the log and you sort of ram it into the side of the moat, and then you jump up on it and you run. You push past a Pinter and you run into the mansion, sort of ahead of everyone else. You just need to get this job done now.
Just ranting all the time. This is just typical of how these things go. It's meant to be an easy job. I meant to just come in, I deal with the tech, I turn the lights off or something, and I'm just like ranting the whole way I go through. Yeah.
And everyone knows that this means that you've gone full criminal, and so everyone, if they want to try and help you turn back slightly more animal, they're going to have to force feed you bugs. Description. So as you run past 3 of them, you can on your turns try and attempt to force feed.
He's bitey. Cowlick is bitey. So yeah.
Are you paying attention as you just rant your way into the house? Can I just hide in the corner, and as you walk past me, shove a spider into his mouth as he's
roll
yelling.
an animal for smacking spiders?
Yeah. 3? I'm 4 an animal right now.
You're fine, yes. So as you're running past, ranting about just being the tech person who comes in and turns off the computers, and you get a slap in the face and also a spider in the mouth. And swallow it down. You sort of look at your surroundings and you feel a little bit more unenthusiastic than you were a moment ago.
Well, we got in, I suppose. So that's something.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Are there pretty things in here?
Many pretty things. Just going to get I've forgotten your name. Barrett.
Barrett.
Easiest one to remember. It was a ferret. Barrett. Barrett. The guard grabs you under your arms and starts kicking towards the side, and he sort of goes to where Pinter is, and he's like, "Hey, can you help me get her up?"
That's a wonderful job. You're doing so well on your own
I
there.
don't
You're
need
doing.
my arms to get her up as well. Help me.
Oh
I'm
no!
drowning.
I've just done my nails. I'd love to help, but it's.
Help me! Help me!
Barrett, just push them?
He starts to drown as he's trying to pick and save this ferret.
So Barrett is going to simultaneously try to climb and also use her back feet to push him under the water a little bit more.
Go on, Barrett. Really go for it.
Because you're being
Roll it.
mean.
That's all there. 1d6. 1. I get it. Yes.
You manage to push him down and sort of springboard off of him back up onto the ground. As he goes down, he gets his foot caught in some roots, and he does not come back up.
See, I told you that would work. It was a great idea to go through the moat.
Kicking off water, and it goes.
Oh, look at the bubbles.
Come on, let's go inside.
I'll stay out here in case the other guard comes back.
Okay, yeah. Watch the bubbles. Watch the bubbles. Make sure they stop. All right, let's go.
And I scamper inside.
Okay, so. As you scamper inside the mansion proper, it is a very decadent looking place. It has white marble, everything. It's super shiny, super gross looking. Like it's really over the top in a very typical Mr. Toad way. There are, gold statues of himself, and right in the very center of like the entrance hall area is a large lily pad water fountain, which you're not sure if he uses for like bathing or is just an actual feature of the house. But it's like flowing out water, whoosh, 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 with little happy sounds as it does so.
Look, I am a practical otter with big dreams, but even I know that I can't carry a big gold statue out of here. Are there some smaller things I can carry out?
Why don't you do a criminal search for me? And as a thief, why don't you do that with advantage?
Okay. Yeah, we're good. That was a 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what would you like to have found in this mansion?
I think just some like really nice silverware or little baubles that look like, if there's any gems inset in something, I'll like take them out and pocket them and put them in my little pouch.
Yeah, you get like 5 gems that you sort of plopped out of like Mr. Toad's eyes, and like his buttons on his waistcoat, and there's like a gold jar near the door that has like things in that he's obviously just thrown out. There's like a couple of like random like rings and like a couple of sets of car keys. Take those as well. On like shiny key rings and things. So there's a couple of bits that you've got there.
I have like my fanny pack that I stick them in.
Excellent. Yeah, so you've got a couple of sets of keys, some rings, and some gems from the statue. The statue of Mr. Toad now looks really scary with these like dark eyes staring out at you.
That's fine.
Well, it looks more like real life now. All right, good job, everybody. We all got in. That's great. See, I told you, going through them all was a good idea. We even got rid of an extra guard.
You can't argue with results, I guess. The whole time just trying to smooth down the the literal cowlick on top of his head that just keeps, every time he gets it, just pings back up. Can I look around? Like, what's the lighting situation like in here?
So the lights are still on because Mr. Toad was frog marched out without much warning. So there are bright lights in the main hall here where you're going into. Sort of everything is very white lights and it's shining off all the weird gold statues and the shiny like picture frames and stuff. It's very well lit in this area.
All right, folks, should I go find the lights and turn them off for us? Is it the usual drill?
Yeah, but see, okay, so I saw the other guard leave, but if he starts coming back and he notices that all the lights are off, he's gonna know something's up. So, we can't really do that. But we should try to stay away from windows because, then they'll be able to see us through the windows with the lights on. But we don't want to turn anything off yet because then they'll know something's up. But you know what? He's not going to keep his best stuff here. No, he's going to keep his best stuff like in his bedroom or something. We should go up there.
It's true. I could probably have a lay on his bed while you steal things as well. So I'm down with this.
No laying down on the job.
But we got so wet before. Do we have to be rushing all the time?
Well, yeah, we do. This is a quick in and out kind of thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right, let's go find this then. Should we tell Pinter?
Oh, yeah, duh. Of course. Everybody, come on, let's go. Let's go upstairs.
Okay. So, are you just casually walking straight through the middle of the entrance, or are you going to be checking for anything at all? Just asking.
I mean, aside from like lights and stuff, definitely just in case there's any kind of like sneaky hidden surveillance style stuff that he may have set up around the place, definitely casing out all the usual.
Criminal tech then, please.
Ooh. I don't get double on that because of my roll, do I? I do.
So you get to roll 2 and then take the best.
That's okay. I rolled a 2 on my first one, so we'll just use that.
Okay. So yeah, as you sort of make your way in, you do notice that there is like CCTV up on the walls. Sort of, don't know who could be watching, but you definitely see the cameras moving up in the corners of the main hall, and there's one just behind you, looking up towards the staircase in front of you.
Okay.
You also notice that near the staircase on one of the walls is a large sort of security panel type thing. That looks like it could have some sort of security features to it.
So I'll sort of put my hand up, just the whole boat thing really threw me off. I'm not on my game, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll try and do better for you. Just takes a deep breath. Once again, smooths down the hair, and then I should probably try turning those off before we go any further, though. And boing, as he says it. See if there's anything I can do to, like, following cables back, see if I can find a power source for them to disable them.
Okay. So, yep, you can. So I'd like you to roll me another criminal, just playing criminal as you're following wires.
That would be a 6.
Okay. Is that a fail?
Yes.
So you start following wires, and all of a sudden there's loads of wires, and you're trying to keep track of which wire it is you're meant to be following. Really annoyed that they haven't color coded them, which would make this like so much easier for you.
Nightmare.
They're just really rude, these people who build these security systems. Don't care about criminals at all. And you notice, but you think the one that you need is going into a sort of through above a door to your.
Sorry, I think you cut out for me at the end there. I didn't.
Sorry, to your left.
To the left. Okay. I'll I just need to double check the numbers things. Because I failed a criminal, does the criminal number go up or the animal number goes up, right?
Yeah. So you move from criminal to.
Perfect. Sweet. I'll just everyone to go. I think we might want to go through here. Just try and avoid all the cameras though if you can, and I'll point them out as we go. Try and keep everyone low and hidden.
Okay. So you open the door. The room in front of you is dark, and you can see that there's a staircase leading down into a cellar or a basement, which seems to make sense to you that they would have power things down here in the So you think you got it right. Well done, you.
Okay. Does anyone want to come down with me, deal with this here, or do you want to keep eyes up here?
I'll come down. I'll help you out with that. Phila, why don't you just like keep watch here? Just shh. Okay.
Okay, boss.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey. Ooh. Make sure you have an escape route planned. You know, you got in here. You were the first one in. Find a way out too, just in case.
Okay.
Barrett, this is why you're the brains. We're so glad you've got you here for this, because I was going to walk down this dark basement.
Yeah, well, you know.
And so you start walking down into the dark basement. Feeling on the side for light switches. You've not found one yet. As you get down towards the bottom, 2 red eyes blink on in the darkness. And you hear... And it sounds a bit metallic, a bit robotic.
Okay. Can I see if I would recognize it as any kind of
Yes.
like generators or anything like that? Criminal?
Yes. And tech. So
Oh, cool. That's right. I rolled a 4, which is okay.
Perfect. So, you think the blinky red eyes and the sort of the growling reminds you of SecuroBot 350, the latest in robot guard dog technology.
After picking himself back up, Cowlick will... Oh, just as I thought, Barrett. Don't worry, nothing to fear here. This is just a security dog. Gonna rack my brains. Do I know how to disable it?
You believe that these are voice command, and it's probably been programmed to Toad's voice.
We probably want to go back up the stairs just now, Barrett. We might just want to slowly back away.
And as you start moving back upstairs, it leaps at you.
I was going to say, as soon as he says it's voice command, I'm going to try to disguise my voice to sound like Toad's.
Oh, okay.
And say, hey, down dog.
Roll me criminal.
Turn it off. Yeah! One.
Yay, so as it leaps up at you, and you go, wait, down dog. It sort of powers down and onto the ground in front of you. It's still dark in here, but the
That
light,
worked better.
and you just hear it like clonk down.
Bit of wind noise from you, Renee, but welcome back.
Sorry. I'll mute it when I'm not talking.
Nothing will stop this woman from participating in TTRPGs. Nothing.
Not even a fire alarm.
It wouldn't be a true Scratticus stream if Renee didn't call in from her phone.
You know, I actually have a whole different Zoom set up for when Renee calls in at night, just so that we can actually see her. It's like a night vision Zoom. Anyway.
Incredible.
I did lose my dice and my stats. I think I remember, but I may have to ask other people to roll at least until the fire department takes care of stuff.
Okay, let me just think. I'm going to put you back up to balance and we'll work from there. Cool. Okay, so, this robo-dog lands on the stairs and bounces down a few steps. It's still dark in here, so you can't see anything, but robo-dog has been turned off.
Yeah, all right. So do the thing.
All right, now I'll feel around for if we can find light switches still. I want to do like a sweep of all the walls just to see if we can get some light first, and then.
Yeah. So just roll a criminal for me as you're searching. Roll animal for me. Yeah, as you're searching using your animal.
Got you. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a 5. So that's a fail from me on that.
Oh no! Yeah, you can't find the light switch. You're thinking you're probably going to have to try and do this in the dark.
I'm so much better when I can see these things, Barrett. I just don't understand why this place is so dark.
Yeah, as he's searching around, I'm gonna since we're in the basement, I'm gonna dig a little bit to try to find a couple grubs. See if I can get some, and I'm just gonna put them in a pocket and save them for later.
Yeah, I say you get some grubs. You get enough grubs for 2 people's worth of grub eating. 2 people need grubs, but you can use those at any point as well. If ever you feel like you need to. You don't have to be at like 1 to do that. You can do that at any point. Just say, I'm going to eat some bugs.
Yeah. Well, I'm more criminal right now, but it's kind of working in my favor. So I'm going to keep it for now.
Okay. So you're in this dark room. There's a sleeping robo-dog or a powered down robo-dog out the floor. There's no light switch that you can find. And you're still trying to look for a security panel for the CCTV.
All right. I guess I'm gonna look around and see if I can just find a light switch or a panel.
Okay. So just roll a animal search for me then, please.
Another 1. You know what? I'm perfectly fine with these ones.
This is incredible.
So as you sort of notice where Cowlick is like sort of bashing his hands against the wall, you just sort of slip your hand up and just go tick. And you found the light switch. So he was just sort of moving his hands all the way around but never actually touching.
I imagine Cowlick has just found his way between like 2 shells or something, and he's actually just really comfortable in this confined area and just pretending.
The lights come on. This seems to be some sort of wine cellar, but also like a utilities type thing. It's got a dish. It's got like a washing machine and tumble dryer down here. But also on the opposite wall, it's got like some really fancy wine, which doesn't look like it's ever been drunk. So it looks like Toad actually doesn't like wine. He just collects it. He's that type of rich person.
Does not surprise me to know Toad does this at all. Not one bit. Do we want to take some of this?
Heck yeah, we do. Grab a bottle.
All right, grab
I'd
some
drink
bottles.
it instead of it going to waste.
Yeah, do that. Sounds good.
So would you like to drink some wine? There's no bottle opener here, but you can crack the top off of it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Or you can do it with a shoe, the bottom of a shoe. Oh. For that Essex style. That's how you wine bottles. Right out. Yeah.
We stand.
Sometimes.
We stand. Yep.
Mhm.
And you get you open one of the bottles there if you wish to partake in any really, really, really old fancy, like this is like super expensive stuff. It tastes good. But you don't seem to see any security panels down here. It just looks like a place where you wash your clothes and drink your wine.
Funny story, Barrett. I might have followed the wrong cables. I think I've still got water in my ear, and like it's kind of messing with my balance a bit. And I'm gonna go back up to the. I think there might have been some kind of screen, so I'm just gonna go. No, just start backing up the stairs, well aware of how much wrath I might incur from everyone else at this point.
Yeah, you step over.
I don't know why I even hide you.
Robo dog that's just lying there on the floor and casually creep up backwards up the stairs. Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
All right, I'll grab a bottle and follow.
Excellent. Take a bottle of wine and up you go. So, Phila, you were sort of looking for escape routes, possibly. Is that correct, or what were you doing?
I was keeping an eye out for the other one guard, just to make sure he wasn't like reapproaching the house or anything, and just kind of slinking around on the floor, looking for what good escape routes that there'd be, just in sort of a straight line.
So, what you see is the hallway that they've gone down in the left. This dark room, but also next to it, you take a peek in there, and you notice there's a kitchen in there that has like a large chimney type thing in it, which you think that if you're good at climbing, you could maybe climb up that.
Okay.
in the opposite room opposite is a very large dining room with a big dining table. That's got two like big massive double paned windows that lead out to the back of the house.
Are they open windows at all?
They could be opened. They are not open at the moment, but you realize that you do have keys on you, so possibly they could be
Okay.
Right.
I don't want
And
to sneak around too much since you told me about the CCTV cameras, so I won't go and unlock those or anything yet until I get the all clear from.
And at the very end of this corridor is a rather heavy-looking door, which looks a little bit out of place with the rest of the house decor, but it's very heavy, sort of outdoor-looking door.
An outdoor-looking door, you said?
Yeah, so it looks like it's thicker and heavier and not really in keeping with the rest of the mansion. It looks quite new as well, like it's been added at a later date.
Okay. Not quite keeping with the rustic aesthetic.
No. So that's that side. So you've scoped out that side. Is there anything else you would like to scope or do?
No, because I'm just not going to move around too much yet until I know that it's safe. But I'm kind of like nervously tapping, like waiting for them to come up or for Pinter to come back in because she's just really excited and like ready to go do the next thing.
My first heist.
Like, this is the best thing ever.
Ponty P, what are you up to?
I'm waiting around outside, see, because that other guard's going to come back eventually, and they're going to be wondering where the other guard is. So I'm constructing a story.
Okay, tell me about that story. What's going on?
Well, I'm sort of thinking that when they come back, I'll tell them the other guard went on a break. Have the bubbles stopped?
Yes, they stopped a few minutes ago.
Good. So I'll be.
Like things start floating up to like the top, like.
I'm sure they won't notice.
Pretty dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Right away.
There were people in the moat. I'll just tell them there were people in the moat. They left some stuff behind. But once the guard had saved them all, they decided that they needed to take a break. See, and as they went to take a break, they didn't come back. I think they might have quit. It's foolproof. Foolproof, I say. Foolproof.
Yeah, you spent a long time on that, it seems. Well, you look out over the hill and you don't see him coming back at the moment. You're looking for like a flash of the torch or something as he's walking up, and you don't see it at all. You know that it's quite where you sort of pointed towards and where Mole and Badger and Ratty live. It's quite a walk. It's about a 15-20 minute walk down to that area. Which is where you were sort of hinting that the circus was coming into. So he could be gone a while.
I see. Well, then perhaps I've got time to just quickly go and check on my group. I'll head inside the house.
Okay. You head in and you see the only person that's actually in that area now is Ponty P, just having a sneak and a steal.
Yeah.
What else would you like to be doing, Ponty P?
I'm not entirely sure what happened in the space of time that I was evacuating my apartment. So I got RoboDog and CCT.
Yep. Found some CCTV and followed some cables. Got a bit confused, which led him down into a basement. He thought he was turning the CCTV off, but then instead got attacked by a RoboDog. Found some wine. Well, he didn't find anything. He couldn't even find the light switch. But Barrett found some wine and a washing machine, and they have made their way back up the stairs now.
I think I will look pleasantly surprised to see Pinter and just be like, oh, hello. And then I'm just going to kind of like keep wandering and waddling. And I'm like keeping an eye out for CCTV cameras, but only just for show, really. I'm just going through and picking up some things, going through the house.
Yeah, you sort of splash your hands in the pond in the fountain as you walk past.
I wonder if I could try swimming again in here. It's a confined space. I could do better. I wouldn't drown.
And it's definitely possible. It's not as deep for sure. And you do see some glittery things like on the bottom.
Very quickly, thank you very much, Malhadale, who has gifted a sub to Eldritch Assassin. Eldritch Assassin, you can gift any one of us an advantage. Please let us know who.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
will swim. I will swim after the glittery things. I want them.
Okay, so you sort of sit on the side of this fountain, you see the glittery things, and you dive down into it. It's actually deeper than it looks, as most watery things are. Do an animal check for me as you...
Can someone roll that for me, please?
Someone please roll a d6, please. We're looking for a 3 or under.
3.
Excellent.
I'm an otter who could swim.
Yay! And you start doing like little like somersaults in the water, and as you do, you like scoop up all these like coins that are down the bottom and start like putting them in your robes and your pockets, and you swim in, you sort of leap out at one point and do a flip, and it's all like Little Mermaid style, and then and then you jump back onto the side of the fountain, very pleased with yourself. Pinter, this is where you sort of walk in and see the only person you can see from the Wildwoods gang is just having a lovely time in the fountain.
I think at that point, if we end up coming up from the basement, Cowlick is going to kind of rather sheepishly, like as he comes up, noticing the screen, just like, okay. And then he'll just like kind of head down past everybody else as they're doing their thing and just get involved in this. As he starts like tinkering around with it, he takes something out of his pocket, just like a tube of stuff, and like smooths his hair all the way down. Goes into like focus hacker mode to try and figure it out.
Perfect. So this security panel thing that you found on that's next to the stairs, as you open it, like this keypad comes out, and you start sort of typing away on it. Roll a tech for me, try and work out what this thing does.
A 1.
Yeah, that's good? Yeah.
I think is that good?
Just checking that it's still okay.
I hope. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so this seems to be like the security panel for a lot of it doesn't seem to hold anything for the CCTV, but it seems to mention some invisible lasers in a garage, and it seems to say something about poison gas in the bedroom, and a pitfall trap as well, but you can't, it's sort of, you think it's somewhere upstairs, the pitfall trap, but yeah, it looks like all of Toad's security systems are here.
Perfect. Can I turn them off? Is there any way that I can just start disabling stuff? Just
roll another tech for me as you try and randomly press the buttons to try and disable things.
4, and I'll use the 4, not the 6, which I'm at 5 at the moment. So
excellent. So you feel that you have successfully turned off the invisible lasers. So whatever rooms you go into should be fine for that, and you're not going to get cut in half at any point, which is good. You think maybe you've done something with the poison gas, but when you click it off on one place, a light comes up or somewhere else on the house sort of map. So maybe it turned it off in one room and it's come on in another room. And no matter how many times you try, it does this sort of weird rotation where it flips on and off. So currently there is poison gas in the spare bedroom.
okay, guys, so this is a weird thing that like you can't seem to disable these. This is like ridiculous. I don't know why you'd have a system like this. This is very bad coding. If anything, it's just frustrating me. But the spare bedroom, don't go into it. Very bad. But no lasers anymore. So that's a plus. CCTV, I think we might just have to accept that we're going to be seen at this point.
Ooh, we know bandits. Yay!
It's true.
I guess that just means we'll be famous soon.
Yeah.
And also, if you manage to take over this manor, then that CCTV is yours, so it doesn't matter that you're on it because you own the house. Whatevs.
It's true, and then we can like edit the footage to make ourselves look even cooler. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to come out of this pretty well, gang.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so what's the best way to take possession of a house?
Well, you gotta find the deed, see?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, my friend. Gotta find the
Lock
deed.
all the doors while you're inside.
Yeah, I like that too. Okay. Lock the front door first.
Hang on a minute. Let me write a quick note. What was his name? Leonard? No, that was the one that stayed.
Yeah, Leonard died and Jake.
Jake. Dear Jake! Leonard saved some people from the moat, and then he was very tired, so he took a break. But he hasn't come back. I've gone to look for him. You'll find us. He went east. East. Signed, Faye Kerr.
And you pin that to the front door with a knife.
And then we shut the door and lock it.
Do we
Yeah,
own
that-
this
that should do
house
it.
now? Do we live here now? It's
I
incredible.
think we own this house now.
Like
I'm
we've bought
definitely gonna go
ourselves
find the beds.
by locking the doors. We've bought ourselves some times, but we can't mess around with these baubles and gems. We gotta find the deed. See?
Yeah, okay.
I've never owned a house before. I always dreamed of owning a house.
Well, congratulations. We're almost there. All right. So, deed will be with the important stuff, probably in his bedroom. I bet it's in his nightstand. We should try that.
I like that, Bebbit. You can try the nightstand. Maybe someone could find a safe. Say, Cowlick, you'd be pretty safe in a safe, you know?
Oh, that's so small inside. That'd be so comfortable.
Mm.
Oh, you
Unless
mean
it's a big
opening them?
safe.
Oh, if it's a big safe. But that's fine. We'll go find safes. And if you find any gas, just shout. I'll turn it off. We'll switch the rooms. We should be fine.
I don't see any gas. Wait a minute, what?
There's a gassy room. It's the spare room. Don't go in there. It's very bad.
Why would you put gas in your spare room? Don't you want visitors?
It was in another room to begin with, and then it just moved. I don't understand why he has gas at all.
It's okay, I can solve this problem. Pinter will light a cigarette and start heading towards the spare room.
I don't.
I was just gonna. I was gonna say some Tums might take care of the gas.
Okay, so you are going to head upstairs towards the spare room
Yes.
and open the door.
Not necessarily going to open the door. I'm going to take my lit cigarette and
Okay.
just wave it under the bottom of the door.
Nothing happens.
Ah,
Is there a keyhole on this door?
There is.
I'll push it for the keyhole.
And nothing happens, and you drop your cigarette on the other side. Yeah. Sort of hoping that you haven't just started a fire in your newly acquired house.
Please don't blow up our new house. We've just got this.
I genuinely thought that was their goal.
The gas isn't flammable.
Yeah, but the house is. Put it out.
bummer.
I'll open the door.
As you open the door, you hear a tss, and your cigarette catches the gas alight. I need you to roll an animal to get out of the way of the blast.
Oh no! That's a success.
Ah! So it goes. But you, for some reason, you were actually expecting this. You're much smarter than you.
Don't know why.
And as the door opens and you hear this, tss, you leap out of the way as this flame flies out. As the gas inside catches alight. It's like a flashbang, so it's not continuously on fire. But as you look in the room, everything seems to have been scorched quite badly, and there's a scorch mark on the wall opposite the spare room as well. The light on
It's okay, so long as it didn't blow up the room.
Where's this light, sorry?
The light on the panel that Cowlick is looking at goes off completely.
It's like, you did good. It's okay now. There's no gas. I don't know what happened. It just went off. Like shouting to him upstairs. Just come upstairs.
One whisker singed at the end. Yeah, it's not flammable anymore. And I will go and make myself at home in this room.
In this spare room. Spare room has 2 beds in it, 2 sort of twin beds, and a wardrobe and a writing desk. One of the beds is very badly charred from the explosion that just happened. It's slightly smoking, but the other one seems okay and maybe quite comfortable.
I'm going to start looking around. I want to investigate the writing table and the wardrobe. I'm specifically looking for a fireproof box.
Okay, roll me some criminal as you sneaky.
The only remaining box after that flame.
That is a fail.
You find a bed, another bed, slightly scorched, a writing desk, and a wardrobe. The wardrobe has some really fancy robes in it, though, and like slippers that have like Mr. Toad like embroidered in gold on them, and like all of the. It looks like sort of when you go to a hotel spa, like, but it's for Toad Hall. They're really thick and luxurious and quite comfy looking.
Yeah, well, I'll put one of those on. Yeah, this will work very well.
You've never felt more comfortable in your life than wearing a very plush bathrobe.
Yeah, you're so comfortable all of a sudden.
But I'm looking for a bedroom.
Okay.
Like the master bedroom. I want Mr. Toad's room.
So you go the opposite way to the way that Pinter went. And you see there's only one door on the other side, which you must assume must be the master bedroom. Do you just open
Alec, anything I gotta worry about in this room?
Does the map show anything for like the master bedroom now? Or?
It doesn't show anything on your electronic doodad.
It seems all clear from here. I think you can go in.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the door and duck.
Okay. You open the door and duck. And what happens is when you open the door, a water bucket falls on the floor with a clatter and water sprays up all over you. But that's all that happens. Looks like some sort of practical joke. You just get very, very wet. But it's okay because you're already wet because you fell in a moat earlier.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. First, jump on the bed. Second.
Jump on the bed. Excellent. Roll me an animal to make sure that you don't bump your head.
I definitely bumped my head.
Excellent. You jump and you jump and you jump higher than you've ever jumped on a bed before because this is such an expensive springy mattress. And you on the ceiling and boom onto the floor. That was pretty sweet. It was worth it.
Totally worth it. All right. Now I'm gonna look for a safe.
Okay, where are you looking for a safe?
All around the room. I'm basically going to search the room top to bottom looking for a safe. I'm going to check in all the little compartments. Any drawers are first up.
Okay, so you look in. So roll me a criminal as you search the room.
I'm going to use my advantage on this.
Yes.
Because why not? 1. I get it. I didn't even really need that advantage. All right.
So you start moving things around, looking under rugs, looking in the chest of drawers, looking in the wardrobes, and you don't seem to find anything in any of these places. And then you notice on the wall that there's a rather lovely picture of an elderly toad lady with curly rolled hair and very English country garden garb on, and sort of sitting down in a very regal try-in pose. And as you sort of run your hands along it, you feel like a little clasp and you click it and it opens up and you see a safe in the wall.
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm hey, Cowlick. I think I found the safe. It's not very safe anymore.
It looks
Oh,
quite
correct
technical. The front of it looks quite technical, like you might need a professional to open this thing up.
Yeah, Cowlick, why don't you come open this? And while I'm waiting for him to come upstairs, I'm gonna grab a pen from the desk, and I'm gonna draw a mustache on the picture.
Excellent. You do that with no trouble.
I'll run my way up. As I come in, boink, hair, it finally wears off and the hair pings up. Does this look like something I can work with? Is this like my area,
It doesn't
or
look like a technical? It doesn't look like it's electric.
it's more mechanical and
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, then
Might need your thief.
thief. Yeah, I forget who was our thief.
Ponty.
Ponty. I'll go running for Ponty.
Okay, Phila, what are you doing in this time? So everyone's come in and everyone seems to be bustling about. As the newbie, you feel like you've maybe been forgotten about a little bit because you're not used to being on these heists. So maybe your time to sort of make yourself known as an important member of the crew.
I will barricade like some of the doors, so if the guy tries to come back, because he's going to have keys too, he can't just open the door and come back in. So I'll set up little alarms of noise, of things that would go crash if he tries to come in through any of the doors, or make it hard for him to wade in.
Where are you getting these things from? What are you looking for?
Furniture that's just around, anything that's, a bunch of bells or like a delicate looking vase, especially that would go boom and crash really good. That's what I'm looking for.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, there's a kitchen down that the left hand side where you went, so you can find like cutlery and things to set up some sort of like weird little crinkly noises to go off and to move some chairs and things. I'm gonna have you roll an animal to see if you can sort of pull some of the heavier, as one of the smallest in the group, try and pull some of the heavier furniture towards the front door.
3 and my weasels out of 4.
Excellent. Yes, you are able to move those heavier bits of furniture, sort of pile them up in front of the door and around, and make it looks like art. You're pretty impressed with what you've done here. Like,
she's over there. She's like, like pulling the rugs and stuff and furniture.
Yeah, Pinter was literally just watching you. Oh, no, Pinter's upstairs. Everyone's like, Ponty P is the only one just watching you. They're watching you just do it all, and they're just swimming and splashing about in the fountain. But yeah, you managed to do that and to move things into place. Would you like to explore anywhere whilst you're down here alone, or you just?
Yeah, I'll explore the bathrooms. I'll just see what is hiding. I'll just move all pictures like around and askew a little bit, because I'm just like, everything looks like it could be a safe, and I don't know that they found one.
Yeah. So if you go down to the corridor on the right that no one's gone down yet, you see there is you open one room and there's a library, and it's got like lots of pictures on the wall, but loads and loads of books, and a big fireplace, and a comfy looking sofa in that one. And then there's another corridor which seems to have like a small bedroom, but also a downstairs sort of bathroom area as well. And then there's these big double doors that have like big locks on them. They again look like outdoors, so out of place big doors, like the one down the other corridor, but these are double ones with like a big bar across them.
Okay. I will start trying to fit the keys, stretch up and start trying to fit the keys into those and see what happens.
Okay, roll a criminal for me.
Right over my dice. That will be a fail.
Okay, so you start putting all these keys in, and none of them seem to fit it. So it's got this big like padlock on it, but none of the keys are big enough to be putting into this. It's definitely not any of the keys that the guards had. You think maybe there's maybe a special room that only Mr. Toad could get into.
I will scamper back and tell Cowlick about it.
Okay.
Did it look like it had biometric sensors for Mr. Toad or anything like that?
Yeah. Let's say they definitely had fingerprint technology in there that you could work with, as well as like a massive sort of key. So Ponty P is making their way up to the master bedroom with Cowlick and with Beric.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay, so you get into the room and you can see that it looks like a complicated safe, but not one that you don't think you'd have any trouble opening it. You're a professional.
This is the other thing I can do. I can swim and I can open safe.
So yes, roll me a criminal to try and open this safe.
Can someone roll me criminal, please?
Yeah. Someone roll criminal.
I'll roll.
Got it. Cool.
Need a 3 or under.
No safest.
I
No
rolled you a
safest.
nat
Safe around
6.
Auntie.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
maybe the safest.
I'm sorry, Renee. I'm so sorry.
Let me down, Scrat. It's okay.
So yeah, you start like attempting to do this, and just like the first, you knew you could definitely swim. It was the thing to do, and I think your nerves have got that. You see Barrett and you see Cowlick staring at you, and you get a bit nervous. Like you could do this, you could definitely do this, and in this moment you can't, and you hear click click, and then you just miss the last click, and it goes and it resets itself back, and you feel like you're gonna have to start again.
Bummer, okay.
And at this point, Pinter, what are you doing in the bedroom in your luxurious new robe?
Well, I'm gonna have shrugged off my coat, and I'll be pulling it back on again over the top of the robe. And you say that bed looks awfully comfortable. Well, I might just I'll just sit on the edge. I'll just lay down for just a second. I'll just...
Pinter falls asleep. A wonderful dream where they own their own home, and many cars, and all the guards are their friends and not people that they have to listen to, unless they want to. Beautiful. It's a nice sleep. It's probably the best sleep you've ever had, because even these bare room beds seem to be lavish.
They are indeed known for their lavishness.
Yeah. Phila, you run upstairs to find Cowlick and let him know about the lock downstairs. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you find Cowlick and Barrett in the master bedroom, and you see that Ponty is there, sort of sweating a bit, trying to like break this code on this safe that's on the wall. You hear them sort of mumbling to themselves and just having to start again, and there's a little bit of like hush swearing as they start going again and again. So
I found a really cool door.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Should we go?
There's scanners and all sorts of things, and none of the keys work.
Just the word scanners. It's like one of the few times you see any kind of real emotion on Cowlick's eyes. Wow. Oh my god. Scanners, let's go. I think we're probably putting too much pressure on Ponty anyway while we're here. So anyone want to join, or should I go do this on my own?
I'll go back with you because I'm very excited.
Show me where it is. I just realized I don't know. You need to show me. Perfect.
Right. She's already like halfway back out the door.
Yeah, you make your way back down to the corridor on the right with these two big, heavy double doors with this sort of lock over it with it looks like it's got a massive padlock on it, but before which needs a big key, but also there's like these scanners and this like sort of it looks like you're gonna have to either somehow fake Toad's fingerprints, or you're gonna have to cheat the system somehow. Seems like an interesting challenge.
Could I, with my knowledge of technologies and criminal ways, see if there's any way I can remove prints using like tape, so they might be conveniently carrying on my purse, and like dust it, tape over the top, and then see if I can replicate it?
Yes, I definitely will allow the tech guy to have also at some point in his life been a scene of the crime officer.
If I may quickly, thank you
How
very
I learned
much
everything.
to Chris and Barely Known, who have both donated enough to give an advantage, but I don't think they've designated it. So unless I hear from you in chat in the next few moments, I'll just roll them out randomly.
Excellent. This group need them. Oh,
Really? Barrett is carrying.
Okay.
Barrett and Thilla.
Yeah, Barrett's doing very well. Cowlick, so you sort of have a look around, and you in the library, it looks like the room that's probably like most use. The fire is on, the sofa has like a bum sort of dent in it where it looks like the toad definitely sits there a lot. And you think if any room is going to give you some fingerprints that you need to trick the system, then you need to find them here. So roll for me a criminal if you would.
A 1.
Excellent.
Good.
So you go over to his writing desk. You notice that there's lots of things sort of around it, but one thing that stands out, there's a like a whiskey glass, which is very fine, and you think, and it's still got a little tiny drop in there, so you think that maybe Mr. Toad was here with a whiskey before he got arrested, and so you get some tape out of your scene of the crime officer bag that you
I stole it once, I guess.
And you take some of the fingerprints off of there, and
then finish the whiskey.
Once
I've done that.
It is smooth. It's Vernaz whiskey. You notice that there is a whole glass decanter of it on the shelf as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
If Thilla was with it, I'd be like, do you want a glass? Like,
Yes.
we might as well. So we'll just pour out like a measure of whiskey each, and we'll just savor that. Just sit down in the chair, just savor the location for a moment.
Phil will basically just stick her face in it, just
unappreciative of how smooth and delicious.
I rolled out the advantages. I rolled a 2 and a 6, which in order of the way we introduce ourselves would have been Prairie and Eras. But then Eldritch Assassin came in and said, actually, one of theirs is theirs, and they gave it, so I took the one from Eris because Eris has already got one to Cowlick. So now Eris, Griffolian, and Prairie all have advantage.
Perfect.
Oh, I've already used mine.
Oh.
That's okay.
I was 100% on top of that, I promise.
Yeah, you got it. It's fine.
Okay.
Handled.
So you enjoy your whiskey. It's delicious. And then go back with the fingerprint. Go through the first part of the security test. And so as you sort of type in the first part, you sort of hack into it. It asks you for the fingerprints, and you hold the sellotape up against it, and it accepts it.
There's almost a surprise gasp when it worked. Oh, I mean, of course that worked. That was how this is meant to go.
And the second sort of a screen pops up and says, "What is the password?"
Do you know any passwords?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I just type it without thinking. Press enter.
Roll me a check.
4 and a 1. So
What,
the
do you-
1 will work.
Works amazingly. Mr. Toad is not good with passwords.
I
or
just
good
look.
with passwords.
You're so good at this crime thing. That normally takes me like half an hour.
She's just got hiccups now. She's excited. She's had some whiskey. Definitely not based on me.
And the last one says, "Enter the key."
THE key KEY. Just you'll type and the key in and press enter and see if anything happens.
And it says, "Incorrect. Enter the key." And the padlock
would
is
work.
flashing.
I don't know what this one could mean. Any ideas?
It wasn't any of these keys. I already tried them.
We'll go see if anyone else has found one then, I guess. Or look around in this room. Did we check this room?
So this isn't a room. This is literally the doors to the room.
Oh,
So
the
you're
door is just straight there.
corridor. Yeah.
Okay. The safe.
Yes. So Ponty P is currently going back up to her apartment. But as
Get to it in a minute.
so, Barrett, while Ponty P is effing and blinding at the safe, trying to make it work, what would you like to be doing?
I'm going to continue searching the room to see if there's anything interesting at all. Like maybe if he had any documents lying around or anything that looks nice and shiny.
You
Anything
do find his diary in the side cabinet next to his bed, and in it is just the last sort of week or so has literally just been him talking about how much he loves fast cars, and sort of really bad drawings of cars that he wants to drive, and like him trying to draw like make believe cars that he really likes. But then notice that there's one brand. There's one sort of car that he calls his beloved, and he keeps drawing it, and it's really fine drawings of it. Whereas the others are like doodles and sketches. Like him sitting in there, like looking all happy with his scarf blowing in the wind and his big driving goggles on. But his beloved sort of comes up many times throughout the diary, and they seem more sort of focused than with other crazy scribbles about cars.
Well. Wonder where his beloved is. Hey, Ponty, how's that safe coming? Huh? You cracked it yet?
Should I roll again?
Yes, please. And you get advantage because you're a thief.
Okay, good, because I need it. Okay, that's a 1. We're good.
Yay! So, sort of, it seems that the swearing at the safe and the putting it every once in a while seems to have worked. And you hear it click, 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 and just as Barrett is sort of saying, "I wonder where it's loving," the safe opens up, and inside you find a set of car keys, and on the chain is like a huge, like ruby in the shape of a heart, and a key on the end of it. But also there's a very large sort of metal, sort of like it looks like more like a key card slot thing rather than a key in there as well.
Cool. I'll pocket both of those, but I am slightly disappointed that there's no deed, so I pat around with my paw a bit and make sure that I didn't miss any like papers or folders around the edges, and then I'll go catch up with everybody else.
Pinter, while you are slightly dozing, you awake after hearing a noise that sounds like glass being broken in the room below you. And you can hear a muffled talking.
I will scramble out of the bed. I will run to the landing and look down the stairs.
So you look down the stairs and you catch a glimpse of what looks like someone walking past the front door and like catching their shadow in the front window pane. But you don't see any broken glass or anything. And whoever's downstairs hasn't seemed to have noticed this noise.
Are they the right shape to be a police officer?
You can't tell. They don't look like they've got a big weird police officer hat on. But they could just be not wearing the hat. It's a warm evening.
Well, I'm the face. I've got to go and do face things, so I'll have a quick look around for a toad mask, but that was probably a bit hopeful. I'll walk down to the doorway.
Okay, you make your way downstairs into the front door. It's locked. You don't have the key.
That's good. I'll call through. Who goes there?
And you hear there's like a sound of someone stopping, walking on gravel, and you hear someone going, "Shh, there's someone in there. Shh, there's not meant to be anyone in there. Toad's been arrested. Why is there someone in the house?" "I don't know. You said that I wasn't gonna be. You said that you'd been arrested. I didn't say that we're gonna be arrested." "Oh, shut up! Shh, I can't believe this. Just an idiot." And you hear a slap, and then like the sound of someone trying to be like super sneaky on really noisy ground.
I tell you, I'll call the police.
Does that? Wait a minute. Does that sound like Pinter? Yeah, I think it does. Oi, Pinter, is that you?
No.
He says it's not him. Well, we could have been wrong, I suppose. But it would make sense if they were here. We're here.
Listen, this is Mrs. Toad. If you don't, I'll get off my property. Then I'll be calling the police. See?
Do you know Mr. Toad was married? I didn't know he was married. No, he never brings his wife. What, does he just keep his wife in the house all the time? Never takes her to parties? I just hate this guy even more and more.
Oh, yes, I live such a sheltered life. I'm so glad that Toad has been arrested so I can have free reign of the house.
Pinter, can you make a criminal check for me?
I can. That is a fail. When I fail criminal checks, which way does it move? Towards Weasel?
Towards your animal.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm on 1 criminal and 5 Weasel.
Oh god, me too.
You need to tell some stories of some past heists that you've done. Except you're a newbie and you haven't done any past heists.
I stole a candy bar once.
Scandalous.
Hey, that was her tryout, okay? That's how she got brought into this gang. She stole the heck out of that candy bar.
One of the best we've ever seen.
You get to move a point for your candy bar theft.
All right.
So you don't recognize the voices, but they recognize you. It's weird. But they seem to have been temporarily, at least, and they start to. You hear them sort of move away.
Come on, Jake, where are you?
I don't think we
Jake's never coming back. He quit.
I scamper back to my friends to tell them that I'm so sorry.
I didn't find the deed to the house. I know we locked the doors, and I think that's a really good start, but I didn't find the deed to the house, so I don't know if we own it like 100%.
No, we don't, but that's okay. Hey, I was reading his diary while you were opening that safe. He is obsessed with this one car. He keeps calling it his beloved. You think that might be somewhere here? He might have the deed in there.
I want to pull out my fancy car key with a little heart at the end.
Do you think this turns it on?
Yes, that would definitely do it. He loves it so much. Look at that fancy art. That has to be the thing he loves.
We should get it. We should get it.
Yeah, we should.
There's gotta be a garage.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Kellen, what are you doing?
Just coming back looking rather defeated. There was like a door and we like hacked our way through and like, that is just so good at like passwords now. Like, it's incredible. But there was a lock and I couldn't get through it. Hey, Ponty, maybe you could pick it.
Yeah, I can pick locks. I can pick locks real good.
Follow us. We'll show you. And although it's like gestured in like a quite an animated sense, turns and just walks off like an amble. Ends up falling behind everyone.
Pinta, what are you doing? Where are you?
We might have some trouble. There are some people on the drive. They seem to recognize my voice, but I don't recognize theirs, and They were awfully excited. The toad isn't in the house.
That must be the Lucky Lake gang. You remember those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
no.
Always coming after our candy bars. It's ridiculous.
Should we use the gun?
Where did you get a gun from?
I stole it from the security guard earlier. I've had it this whole time.
I don't think we need to be resorting to that kind of violence. Not right now. But you're the one with the gun. I'm not going to say anything.
Maybe
kind of
not quite yet.
We'll have it just in case.
We gotta take control of this house first. I mean, we got most control, but we gotta find that deed. Let's see. And then we'll defend it against those Lucky Lake gangers.
Yeah, we have a gun.
All right.
So as you make your way up to the big door, Ponty P, you realise that when you look at the padlock, it has like a slot in it, and you know that you picked up a key card.
Even better, I don't have to pick this one.
And I just take it and swipe it.
Yep. And as you put it in and swipe it down, the padlock clicks off, and now you can get into that room.
Truly incredible. Good job, team. Just all round, you're doing phenomenal. I know it's hard. Like, you've put up with a lot with me today with the whole like moat thing, and then there was that time in the basement with the dog. That was crazy, right? But look, we're doing it.
Yeah, I was really worried that we were going to be bad at this at the moment we were like stuck in the moat. But then we got back on our feet.
And the house is pretty much ours.
Yeah, we need that deed though. Then it'll be really ours, and then we can go kick those guys' butts outside.
Indeed.
Yes, that's what we're looking for, the deed.
Philip tries to like initiate a group hug, and everyone just kind of moves on.
Not paying attention, head in the clouds.
So who wants to open the door now, though? We probably shouldn't put any fires through it. I don't think that's worked so well so far.
I don't know. I solved the problem pretty well.
All right, how about you open the door?
Sure, I'll open the door. Do we expect there to be any security on the other side, Cowlick?
I don't think so. I mean, this wasn't on like the doodaddy thing. I mean, I guess so, right? This wasn't when I was using the security system. There was nothing that seemed to relate to this room.
No.
So that should be fine. When things should be fine, they often are. We know this from previous jobs. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Yeah.
Flashback to a previous heist. Do you need to?
I would need to, actually. You remember that one time when I convinced those guards that my name was Faker, and they both fell for it, hook, line, and sinker?
It was so good. I genuinely thought that was your name. I thought you'd been lying to us for a while.
Well, you see, that's the thing. When you take on a personality, you just gotta go whole hog, fully commit to it.
But you're not pretending to be a pig, though, are you?
Not at the moment. But I could do.
It's just a partial hug. Okay, do you know what?
Do you notice that he has Pinter, they have a rather lovely, fluffy-looking robe underneath their jacket now. They look much wider.
Wait a second.
And
first the whole gun thing, and now there's this fluffy thing going on. We need to talk after this.
What? I like my comforts. Do you remember that one time?
The one time where you opened the door and stopped yapping? Yeah, that time. Do it again.
All right. Wish me gold. And I'm gonna go and put my handle on the door tentatively.
Yep. It seems fine. No electric shocks yet. I mean, no electric shocks.
Pull the handle down.
Yep.
Gonna open the door a millimeter and close it.
Nothing happened.
An inch and close it.
Nothing happened.
A foot and close it.
Yep. You're all good.
Swing the door open and walk in. See, that's how the pros do it.
Okay, make an
I
animal.
like will applause.
Make an animal check for me as you walk in.
Oh, here we go. That is a success. Just.
As
Hey.
you're walking and you slip a little bit, and you just sort of catch yourself as you fall down into a trap door, with a pitfall trap with spikes, and you're just hanging off the end.
I help you out.
Funny story. This was mentioned. It just didn't say where it was. Good job on finding it. Incredible.
Well, that seems to be my speciality, Cowlick, although I'd say that perhaps your investigation skills could use some work. I don't feel safe.
Hey, there's a safe upstairs, but we already cracked it.
So you can walk your way around the pit trap. So it was just right, like sort of in front of the door. If you weren't paying attention, you can walk around it, and you see up on this sort of plinth with these two spotlights shining down, and this plinth sort of spins around on its own. Is this red sports car, shiny, and it's a convertible, and it just looks beautiful. It's got like go faster stripes on it, and all sorts of car things. I don't know car words. And it's just spinning around and the lights are shining on it. And it's like, ooh, ah. And it's sort of that ruby red colour. It looks glorious.
Listen, everyone, I don't mean to get overexcited here. Now, you know me. I can often be too over-enthusiastic. But look at the flux capacitor on this thing. This is incredible. Like, forget the house. This is what we're here for, surely.
Yeah, I think the deed's in there. Because, prized possession and all.
Yeah.
All right.
See if
It's
there's
up on
any...
quite a high plinth. You're going to have to work out how you're going to get up to it.
I'm going to climb it.
Excellent.
But
Roll that
first,
animal.
I'm going to eat my grub.
Yes,
I'm going to
eat
eat both of them.
Okay, move 2 points then.
And then I'm gonna climb.
Perfect. So you climb.
I got a 2.
Excellent. So you climb up to the top of this plinth with this. Now it's spinning, and you're spinning around as well. Everyone else says so. So you.
All right. I climb on into the car, and then I start going around and look in the glove box, and I look in any other little thing anywhere. Under
In
the
the glove
seat.
box, you find Toad's fancy driving gloves and goggles, and you find his driving scarf as well. Under the seat, you find an empty water bottle and an empty packet of crisps. A bit of a slob. You don't find any deeds as you look just in the bare sort of outside of the car. You might need a further investigation.
All right, I'm gonna do that then. Unless,
Okay. You will need, in order to do a further investigation, you will need to get turn on car.
yeah,
Conti as
Conti, you want to throw me that key?
I want to do it.
Okay, come on.
Okay, let's go.
And then I come up and I grab Barrett's hand.
you need to climb for me then, because it's quite high for you. So
That's
roll a
okay. Yes, 1.
excellent, yeah. Rolling that one. Yeah, you climb up there, nifty, grab hold of Barrett's hand and brings you into the car as well. You look really cool together in this car.
I put on the scarf and the gloves and everything.
Yeah, the goggles are a bit big for your head because Toad's got a really big, wide head, but like you can sort of like arrange them a bit so they sit on top of your head.
Yeah.
I put the key in the ignition and I look to Barrett and I say,
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And we can turn the key together.
All right.
And you turn the key together, and it makes this big, super awesome, sexy car noise that people like. It sounds real awesome. And all the lights come flashing on the dashboard, and it's got lots of buttons you can press and things you can do with the car. And Barrett presses them all.
I was chaos. What do you expect?
As you press all of the buttons, the boot flies open, the front flies open. It lifts itself off, and all of a sudden has this like weird suspension going on, and it starts to bounce as it's spinning round. It's a really horrible, weird sensation. The music comes on. It's blaring this like heavy rock. It's weird. You don't expect Toad to be listening to that, but it's like super overpowering. It's really loud. And then the seats sort of lean back a bit, and then they start to get warm, and everything gets toasty. He's got heated seats in this thing. So cool. And it's just, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this plinth above.
It does feel good. I've been a little chilled since the moat incident.
Yeah, maybe I'll dry out soon.
Yeah, the aircon blasts at you, and then it press another button and it's hot air blasting at you, and it's really strong as well. You're like, and your fur is getting all blow dried. It's great. What are the three of you doing down on the ground watching this happen?
Just admiring it right now, I think.
Pinto will be looking around for other things to see and do in this room. Maybe there's toolboxes or other boxes, or maybe even another safe.
There's definitely tools in here. They're all sort of neatly hung up, like, you know, with like the little white tape around them to show you what hammer goes where and things like that. There's definitely things like that available to you should you wish to take any of them.
I'm more looking for a toolbox, something that someone might hide a deed in.
Okay, so roll me some criminal to find something to hide said deed in.
Oh boy, oh boy. That's an epic fail.
Oh dear. You find nothing of the sort. In fact, as you're walking around not paying attention, you slip and you fall down into that pit trap again. Narrowly missing a couple of spikes, but you sort of like caught yourself in a weird like around the spikes.
See, this is why they put the Z in weasel.
But you are now stuck in the pitfall trap. So not dead. Yay. Only NPCs die in this game.
F for Leonard and
Yeah, F for Leonard.
Philo, would you like to be doing anything?
I was taking notes on how he said like a professional enters a room, and was kind of like sketching it out for myself when I saw him fall in the trap. And I'll kind of peek over the side really scared and like reach one tiny little paw down to try and help him get back up.
Okay.
Why? Thank you.
Roll
I don't know
an
that's
action for me as you
useful.
try and pull them up.
3. Pass.
Excellent. Yeah. So you grab hold of the hood of that fluffy robe. Start pulling them up by the robe. You're like
Sharp little weasel hands like down the back of the neck.
And you also have a feel of this robe, and it's the softest thing you've ever felt. Like this is something magical right there.
At that
You
point,
know-
I'm just pulling wool on the robe to my face. Then him, I've kind of forgotten like about him so much. I'm just like, oh, this is.
Filler, I don't think I've ever been so close. I'm a little nervous. But we've got a great big hole here. We could really use some kind of filler.
Just on the robe.
To fill up the hole.
Okay. You'll just kind of scamper around and look for like a plank or 2x4 or something. Or can we do the lid? No, that would be stupid. That's not how a trap would work. Never mind.
You did notice as you were like lying that close that it did look like there was some sort of door that would slide in and out. over the pitfall trap, and that maybe it's opened, and that there's some way you can close it back up again. That might be something better for the tech guy. But you don't know. If you want to look, you can certainly look. So roll a criminal as you search.
I will actually. I'll tell Calic about it because I'm just so impressed. Like the way he did the tape and everything. It went into my notebook. That's next to the gun.
Approaching me, I think I'm probably in the corners investigating to see if I can find like some spiders or bugs or anything that I could maybe just have a snack on to
Roll me in.
do a little point swap.
You snuffle along the ground.
I need that's a 3, which is a fail for me, which means I'm at 0.
Oh no.
I'm a 6 on criminal.
Oh,
I realized too late that I hadn't eaten any. I was like, I need to do something.
So as you look around, everyone else seems to be distracted. Everyone's playing with a car or falling into traps, and you think, now's my chance. And you leap up onto the front, onto the plinth where the car is. Looking in the boot, you find the deed to the house. And you grab it and you say, "So long, suckers! This house is mine!" And you start making your way to the front door, to the door of the garage that everyone is in. The rest of you see Cowlick, the look in his eyes of,
"It's mine!"
And he steals the deed and starts making his way away from you. No idea where he's going, but
Filler, you know what to do.
I say, Ponte, stop him! And I immediately start looking around. I jump off and start looking around for bugs.
Okay.
Wait, is Cowlick heading to like the garage door to the outside?
No, so this is like there's no outside door here. There's literally just like there's like there's a garage, like a large garage door that would like roll up, but he's heading back in towards the house main, the door that you came out of near the pitfall trap, rather than the garage door, which is closed. The other door is open.
Just stop him! Hold him down! Looking for
So
bugs.
I'm very trembling, like, Cowlick?
Just cackling, just running through, just like so nothing like him.
Stop
I
right
want-
there.
I shift the car into drive.
Excellent. So Filler stands in front of Cowlick with the gun, begging him to stop. And Ponte, at this moment, flips the car into drive. You hear the revving of the engine as it flies off the plinth towards Cowlick from behind. This is going to be terrible and wonderful.
I like carnage.
The car crashes into the ground and smashes the front of it, and it goes skidded into Cowlick, who gets flipped up onto the bonnet and lands there. The car goes screeching and falls down the pitfall trap where it gets lodged in. Cowlick then gets flipped off and is face down on the floor between the car / pitfall trap and the door. Filler, you still have the gun trained on him, but he doesn't for the moment appear to be moving.
Grab it from him.
And then I turn to Barrett and say,
I'm sorry, it was a very pretty car.
Oh, I'd already hopped down, and I'm currently digging on the ground, looking around for
Roll an
bugs.
investigation for me for bugs.
Weasel or criminal?
Yeah, it's not investigation at all. That's a long game.
It doesn't matter. I fail. I got 3 and 3, and I just rolled a 5. So
Okay, so you also have come up without any bugs, but you do find, you do see that the big red button to open the garage door is right where you were hiding for bugs, and you know that it leads to the outside where more bugs would be easier to find.
Can I? I'd like to try something. I'd like to approach Cowlick and be like, "Hey, Jude, don't let me down. You take a sad song and make it better." And try and feed him some beetles.
I'll allow it.
I didn't even see where that was going, and I'm just ashamed at myself.
I saw
I love
it.
it.
It was beautiful.
I start chewing them down, and it's like, nah, 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 nah,
Nom,
nah,
nom,
nah.
nom. There we go. I fed him the line, okay?
And Cowlick comes back to his senses with the deed in hand, which is excellent. But also
What's up, everyone?
a bump on his head where he just hit the ground very fast. And
Welcome back. Sorry I hit you with a car.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, we gotta change the deed quick.
Oh, of
Quick.
course. And I'll try and like reach up to them and pass it off if I can, or
yeah,
clamber
you
out.
can climb out of the pitfall trap. Like the car is actually acting as a bridge to get you out of the pitfall trap.
Cool. Good.
The room with the pens, the closest one would be the library room opposite. Where that
I need a drink. Coincidentally, there happen to also be pens near the closest drink. Let's go.
Okay. As you leave the room, you are faced with 5 members of the Lucky Lake Gang, who are all in their burglar gear. They are all foxes, and they live over by the lake area, and they don't let you swim in their pool in the lake in the summer. They're just mean bullies. They're larger than you, they're meaner than you, and they're standing in front of you, and they're like, hand over the deeds. I knew that.
Absolutely not.
This house is
You have this sweet car, though.
What did
It
you
might
do?
be a little dented.
That's my car.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's Barrett's car.
Give us the deeds, or we'll punch her.
Quick, the gun.
Yep. I'm trigger happy now.
I've come around on the gun. I'm fine with the gun now.
Whoa.
Get out of my house.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I can see that
What they said.
you can. Okay. Didn't know that we was gonna get that violent. Just
Put my hand in my jacket to pretend I've got one too.
Whoa! When did the Wild Woods Gang get guns? Like, this is unacceptable. This goes against all of our contracts, our terms and conditions of being a gang in the Willows. No.
You don't want none.
I'm going to go.
Start none.
No. This is unacceptable behaviour. It's not what I expect. Not what I signed up for. I'm gonna
You
go.
asked for this, though.
And he sort of moves backwards. The bigger of the foxes. Come on, guys. We don't need this shitty hall anyway. Rubbish. Hope you drown in that fountain.
Your butt's rubbish. She doesn't.
Yeah,
That's
but
uncalled for.
Oh, calm down.
Also, you've got a dead body in your
Too far.
moat. Have fun with that. Storm out of the house, like running after you. And the littlest fox is like running, like, oh, I thought we were gonna hide this house. I heard that the beds are really comfortable. Shut up, Mickey. And he elbows Mickey in the face, and he like runs out the house.
Join us, Mickey.
We're actually really
Hey,
nice.
Mickey. If you want to be appreciated, you can join my gang.
Do we really want to let him join? I mean, wouldn't that be taking the Mickey?
I turn and walk toward the library.
Yeah.
Straight. Walk off.
So you take the deed into the library, find a pen, and make the amendments to the deed. It now says that it is owned by the Wild Woods Gang and not the Toad. Don't know if that's going to stand up in court, but it makes you believe that you own this home. And for now, that's enough. You know that Mr. Toad will eventually be let free. These rich guys always do somehow. And
Well, he won't be rich when he gets out because it's all ours.
it's true, you can sell it to whoever you wish. But for now, you are the Wild Woods gang of Toad Hall. Congratulations on a successful heist, everyone!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Go team.
What a fantastic heist. I've had so much fun. I'm very
Yes.
pleased. Whenever chat tells me that I can do better than that, I feel like I've peaked in punmanship.
Nah, it
Cause
was
literal
good.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel obligated as your friend to not laugh.
Yeah, I do like to
No,
encourage you.
that was beautiful. I love how you even got it into punmanship. You got a round of applause for that one.
Well, here we are at the end. Let's go round. Let's talk about who we are, where we can find each other online, all the wonderful things that we do, and what our favourite part of today's session was. We'll go in the opposite order, so this time we'll start with Eris.
Hello, I'm Eris Savad. I hula hoop and I sew a lot of stuff and play a lot of RPGs. You can catch me on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern playing a wonderful game, Open Legend, on the Greyhawk channel. We are playing in a Greyhawk setting, and it's super fun. In addition, next weekend I will be vending at Gex Convention in the Dulles Expo Center in Dulles, Virginia. If you're interested in buying my stuff, you can get it there. Next weekend, I have a bunch of stuff. I've got like one of everything, including new things. But you can find me on Twitter and follow me there at Eris_Savad, just like up there, down there. I
Wherever.
think it's up there. It's spelled like up there. But yeah, and I've had so much fun. Thank you so much for playing. It was such a blast to play with all of you.
So good. So good. Next round, we have Griffolian.
That would be me. Yeah, so you can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet under Griffolian. So Twitch and Twitter, mostly just talking about RPGs and stuff. I would hopefully like to be playing more. So hopefully I can announce some things with that soon. And otherwise on Mondays, time to be changing, but twitch.tv/Griffolian, just for some chilled out Stardew Valley and hanging out and just having a good time. But yeah, generally just come give me a hi on Twitter and just chat about nerdy stuff. Always open to that. And again, thank you so much. This was so fun. I wasn't sure. You always get like nervous before like new games, and it was just a blast. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you. Next round, we have the wonderful Renee.
Hi, y'all. Thank you so much for putting up with me today and my apartment's fire alarm and everything. That is a new stream accomplishment, I guess. Landmark that was on the stream bucket list I didn't know I had. So, thank you so much for bearing with me, especially for the part where I streamed outside and was not here. And thank you for bearing with me again. I'm actually going to duck out as soon as I sign off because I have a stream like right almost now. So thank you so much for watching and listening. I had so much fun with this group. I'd never played this system before, and this was a really great introduction, and I loved being an otter, and I loved being an otter out on the sidewalks of Seattle, so it was fun. Thank you. I am Renee Rhodes. I'm on Twitter at RayDNR. I have a family-friendly D&D podcast called Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is at FateFMcast on social media. And I'm in pre-production for Edenfall, which is an audio drama adaptation of Eden from Scratticus Academy. And that is on Twitter at EdenfallCast. I stream Mondays on Nerd Immersion and Wednesdays on Scratticus Academy. And I write articles for Scrat's Patreon.
Yay, you remember.
Love to you all. Bye.
Catch you later, Renee.
Bye.
Next around, we have Prairie Flocks.
Hey, I'm Prairie Flocks. You can find me at Prairie Flocks on Twitter and Goodreads, and also Prairie Flocks at WordPress, where I write about women pioneers in early horror, fantasy, and science fiction from the 1850s onward. And I do not update that often, but I should. I have lots of them. It's just I'm in grad school and I work a full-time job at the same time, so I don't do like anything else other than D&D on Sundays with my friends and board games when I get the chance. So I do some mini painting and calligraphy, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be subjected to random rants about that and reading. And that's pretty much me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I relate to that as well. I remember being in high school and working a full-time job, and it ain't easy, so props to you. Last but most certainly not least, our wonderful DM, Anjuli!
Woo! Woo!
Hello, I am Anjuli. You can find me everywhere online at GeekGirlBookwrm. I have a Patreon for my miniature painting. I make physical rewards and also offer tips and tricks and guides and tutorials on painting miniatures and getting the most out of the hobby. I run an Etsy store where I make D&D accessories, spellcast books, and sell my miniatures there as well. So if you want to get a pre-painted miniature, you can get them at my Etsy store. If you enjoyed the game, and I hope you did, I wasn't sure. I wrote it on a whim, so I hope you all enjoyed the story. I have a link for the PDF should you wish to introduce the Wind in the Willows Honey Heist hack to your own games, which I will put in the chat. I will also put it on my Twitter as well, and you can download that. It's just on my Google Drive, so you can just grab it and have a play with that. And if you have any feedback on it, let me know. I'm happy to take criticisms on it, as I've not done it before, and this is my first time DMing on a stream, so this is very exciting for me. Normally I just DM at home, and I have been for like 5 years, so it's nice to be DMing for new people and in a different way. So I hope you all enjoyed, and much love to you all.
We very much did enjoy. It was absolutely
great.
amazing. I was thoroughly entertained throughout the entirety of the event, so thank you so
Definitely.
much.
Oh, also you can find me on Scrat's channel on a Wednesday when we play in our Warhammer 40k pew 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 pew, where we sometimes fight heretics and we sometimes become heretics.
And we haven't shot each other yet. Yay!
Yay, we're still friends.
And welcome raiders from Wandering DM.
Wandering DM.
Welcome. Oh hi, how are we all doing? I've just realised that the camera dropped and I didn't do anything about it. There we go. Cool. So I'm gonna put 25 minutes on the clock. We'll be back then with our next stream, which is set in Green Ronin's Chronicle system, also known as the Song of Ice and Fire. We will be modifying it though, so we won't be playing Game of Thrones. We will be playing A Tale of Redwall. I'm a mouse. I'm excited. There's been a lot of creatures today. It's a woodland creature fun time day. It's fantastic. So yeah, I'll put the closing links up anyway, so you guys can check them out. But we will be back in 25 minutes with the next stream. We'll catch you all later on. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yay. Have a nice weekend.
Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.